Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Nathan Payne, and I'm super grateful that you're here watching me this content, and I want to give you some good stuff. So today we're going to be talking about how you can convert real estate leads into sales. Let's jump right in. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how you can convert a real estate lead, a seller, into a sale so you can make money. So if you're interested in making money in real estate, check it out. Today, we're going to learn exactly what is a lead. What is a seller lead? What does that even mean? I'm going to show you exactly how to convert a lead into a sale. How do you convert a seller that wants to sell into a sale? Also, we're going to explain why you would even want to convert a lead into a sale. What would the point be? And the question that a lot of people have plaguing their minds, they want to know, do you need a license? Do you need to be a real estate agent to convert a seller lead into a sale? Let's dive right into the question that everybody probably has is, what is a lead? What does that even mean? Well, I mean, you ask 100 different people what a lead is, they probably all have different answers. Now we're specifically talking about seller leads. Now, when it comes down to everybody's different businesses, as a wholesaler, as a real estate investor, a seller lead can be pretty much anyone that wants to sell. That's generally what a lead is, okay? A lead is someone that has raised their hand and said, yes, I want to sell. Now, that doesn't mean that's someone you can work with as an investor. Just because someone wants to sell their house and they're a lead doesn't mean it's an opportunity. The way I differentiate those things, whether it's, some people call it a warm or a hot seller lead, I call it an opportunity. So you have two different things. You have a seller lead, a lead that says, yes, I want to sell. And then you ask the right questions on motivation to find out if it's an opportunity. Is it someone that I can work with? Okay. So you have to differentiate. And if you want to use my definition, a seller lead, a lead is someone that wants to sell their house, period. It's someone that says, yes, I'm going to sell my property. Now we have to differentiate between that and is it someone I can work with? Is it an opportunity? So how do you convert a lead into a sale? Well, it's pretty simple. If you have someone that wants to sell their house, you need to ask them the right questions to find out if they're an opportunity that you can work with. Let's talk about an example. I talked to someone who says, I want to sell my house. So, okay, great. So how soon do you want to sell? The guy says, well, I don't know. I don't really need to sell. I want to sell, but I don't really need to. I could, maybe I'd probably want to sell in maybe a year or two. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'd sell today if I could, if you gave me the right offer. I look at that person, I say, it doesn't really seem like you need to sell. It sounds like you want to sell. And the guy's like, yeah, I want to sell. I don't need to sell. When you're talking with someone that's a seller lead, you kind of want to find out if they need to sell. That's kind of one of the most important things that transfer them into an opportunity that someone you can work with and convert. So this is what happens a lot of the time. When you're doing marketing as a wholesaler, trying to find seller opportunities, sellers that want to sell. When you do cold calling, when you hire a company from the Philippines or Egypt or wherever to cold call a list, or if you text, the message that you send out is, hey, do you want to sell your house? What happens is there's quite a bit of leads that come in because a lot of people will say, that give you the time of day, say, yeah, I'll sell. Yeah, if you give me the right offer. That's usually what happens. But then intermingled with that come in with those are people that need to sell. So really what you're trying to find first as you start to market is who wants to sell, and then you need to filter those for who needs to sell. And then why do they need to sell? What are the 4 pillars of motivation? Is their timeline? Is their condition? Is their price the right? Is their motivation the right for you to make an opportunity? So really what you need to do, everyone, is you have to determine, do they want to sell? Okay, it's a seller lead. Do they need to sell? It's an opportunity. And is that someone you can work with? So what are you going to do to get this seller lead that just came in that said, yes, I want to sell? How are you going to determine if it's someone you can work with? Well, it's pretty dang simple. You got to hop on that phone with them. A lot of the times people will just want to text. So you can text someone, but you really have to take them through the sales process. And the sales process is super important for you to be able to see the success and be able to convert this seller lead to an opportunity, to a sale, to a close, is you got to be able to walk them through the step-by-step process in order to get it converted. So let's talk about this. So a lead comes in and says, yes, I want to sell. And first thing I'm going to say is, sounds great that you want to sell. I'm just curious, why do you want to sell? What's got you interested in selling? Then I listen for reasons, motivation. If they're like, I'm looking to downsize, I have 5 homes, all vacation homes, I don't really need to sell, but I'm thinking about selling. Immediately to me, it's like, you probably probably not an opportunity for me. You're probably not someone that, you know, is in a situation where they need to sell, where I can provide a service of buying your home with speed, convenience, and ease that it's going to benefit you. So I listen for motivation. Now, if someone says this, if they say, I say, why are you interested in selling? They say, oh, you know what? I inherited this home from my family passed away. I've inherited it. I can't fix it up. I don't have the time. I'm super busy, and I just don't want this headache. So then I hear that and I say, okay. And then I present the options that they have available to them to sell. But then I say, hey, it sounds like, if it comes down to this, I say, it sounds like you want to sell this for cash. Who else have you talked to about this? You know, am I the only one? Or are you trying to get multiple offers? I just want to kind of know where you're at. So I hear that motivation. I try to figure out, you know, where they're coming from and see how I can help them. So that is one of the ways, is you just ask them. You get on the phone and you ask them why they're selling. Other ways to convert and try to find out if you have an opportunity is ask them about their timeline. How fast do you need to get this done? All right, like, do you need to sell this 7 days, today, tomorrow? Did you need to sell it yesterday? Are you in pre-foreclosure? Like, what's going on? So timeline. Condition is the next, where you're gonna ask them, you know, is this house in great shape? Because if they tell you, hey, my house is in great shape, I don't really need to sell it, then I really can't provide a service. I can't provide value in getting the property and updating it. They don't need to sell. The timeline's not an issue, and they don't even really need to move, right? They don't need to get it done. So I ask condition, and the next thing that I do is I ask what's their price. If their price is way too high and there's low motivation, there's not really much I can do either. Now, if their price is in the range, or I make them an offer and they don't try to get off the phone with me, that, you know, if I make them an offer that's lower than what they want and they still want to talk, then that's someone I want to continue to talk to. But the way to convert a seller lead into a sale is to find the motivation to bridge the gap of why they want to sell and how you can provide value and get it done. Before I move on to the other points, I want to let you know about something I think will help improve your sales skills and help you convert more seller leads into sales. And that is the painless wholesaling mind map that I've created. This mind map literally goes over step by step on how to get deals from start to finish, A to Z, and I give it to you for absolutely free. And in one of the steps on the mind map, it shows you the sales process, the exact way to talk to sellers, and it gives you a script. Go check it out. So you want to convert seller leads for mainly one reason. You want to make money. Or another reason would be you want to help people, right? So you can do both. If you want to start working with sellers that are motivated, then you are providing a service because maybe they don't know where to turn. So that is one of the reasons, actually those are two of the reasons you want to work with convert seller leads into sales, is you want to make money, you want to help people. It's a win-win. All right, guys, so here's the question that's been plaguing a lot of your minds is, do you need a real estate license to wholesale? Do you need a real estate license to be a real estate investor? And the answer is absolutely not. You do not need a real estate license to wholesale or be a real estate investor and flip properties. But I will backtrack. There are a lot of states that are kind of buckling down on wholesaling, and a lot of them are telling people to get a license if they want to wholesale. Now, that doesn't mean you need it, because there's always ways you can get around it. You can double close. You can ask for a marketing fee or a finder's fee at closing. I mean, if you really want to assign it, some of these areas, like I think Chicago or Illinois, you can only wholesale one deal, and then if you do more than that, you have to be licensed. But there's always ways to get around it. You can hire someone in your company that's a real estate agent and do stuff through them. I mean, there's always going to be ways around it, right? Jerry Norton, one of my mentors, he even found a way that if you buy a deal through an LLC, and then instead of assigning the deal, you sell the LLC that has the house, the contract with the house, and you sell the LLC to another buyer. That works. So there's so many different ways, but you do not need a license to wholesale unless you're in one of these states. But again, most of these states, they're just trying to crack down on unethical wholesalers. But if you're doing it the right way, if you're transparent, you can even have the seller sign a disclosure saying, hey, I'm assigning this. When we work with sellers, we say, hey, look, either I'm going to buy this or I'm going to work with one of my business partners in the area, and we're going to buy it for exactly what we're agreeing on. So you're probably wondering, okay, Nate, thanks for giving me all this information. Now, what do I do with all this information? Well, let me tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to get on the phone. That's it. Call somebody, text somebody, take action. That's how you're going to do deals. There are brand new noobs, people that barely can string a sentence together, that are getting deals just because they're willing to make a phone call and offer someone an offer. If you're not making phone calls, if you're not making written offers, legit offers, there's no wonder you're not getting deals. You just haven't done anything. That's how you do it. If you found value in this video, make sure to check out the other one on how to get into real estate sales.